Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Afrina Huda and I'm from EDU550 So today I will presenting my case study titled Strategies for Creating Effective Learning Environment Based on Student Motivation. So I choose this topic after coming across several news articles in Malaysia that discuss issue related to classroom management and student motivation. So here you can see some of the articles I found on the subject. So the objective of this case study are the first one to identify the challenges teachers face in the classroom management, and the second one to examine the key factors that enhance student motivation in the classroom, and lastly is to explore effective strategies for creating a conducive learning environment based on student motivation. First of all, let's move on to the literature review, where we will explore the relevant theory and review 5 research articles that I have selected. So the first theory related to this case study is attribution theory. So this theory consists of 3 key components. The first one is locus, and then stability, and lastly is controllability. So locus refers to whether students believe their success comes from internal factors such as effort and ability, or external factors such as luck or difficulty of the task. And then second one is stability. When the student attribute their success to a stable and consistent cause, they are more likely to expect future achievement. And then lastly is controllability. If a student fails due to external factors beyond their control, it may lead to frustration, whereas failure due to internal factors can result in feeling of guilt. So, understanding attribution theory is essential for teachers as it helps them better comprehend student motivation and develop strategies to foster a more effective learning environment. So the next theory relevant to this case study is goal theory, which consists of 3 orientations. So the first one is mastery orientation, second one is helpless orientation, and lastly is performance orientation. So mastery orientation is students focus on the task itself rather than their own ability. They develop solution-oriented strategies and strive for learning and improvement. Second, helpless orientation is when students concentrate on their personal inadequacies, often feeling discouraged when faced with challenges. And third one is performance orientation, which students are primarily concerned with the outcome rather than the learning process, often aiming for high grades or external recognition. So, it is crucial for teachers to identify which orientation their student follows, as this understanding allows them to better support students' learning mindset and implement strategies that foster motivation and academic success. So next, let's move on to the review research article. So the first article is about work stress and classroom management among Klang District Primary School teachers. So this study to explore the relationship between the work stress and the classroom management effectiveness among 856 primary school teachers in Klang District, Malaysia. So the objective of this research is to measure the work stress level among teachers, and then to assess the classroom management effectiveness, and lastly is to determine the relationship between work stress and classroom management. So the research method that they use in this article is cross-sectional survey, and the participant again 856 teachers from a 93 primary school, and the data collection is self-reported questionnaires. So the research findings for these articles, the first one is work stress level. So the teachers reported to have high levels of work stress. The major stress factors are high workload and administrative tasks, and then emotional exhaustion and prolonged fatigue, and then pressure from multiple responsibilities, and lastly work-life imbalance. The second research findings in this article is classroom management effectiveness. So the teachers perceive their classroom management skills as highly effective. So the key element here, the key element measured in this article is about physical classroom environment, social climate, and then emotional climate, and then communication and interaction, and then teaching and learning management, and lastly student discipline management. The third one is relation between work stress and classroom management. So this study found out that a strong positive correlation between work stress and classroom management effectiveness. So, however, despite high stress, teachers maintain effective classroom management. So, the second research is about the relationship between the level of engagement of novice teachers in Melaka in informal learning through social media with classroom management and emotional management. So, the objective of the study is to understand whether social media-based informal learning enhances teachers' professional growth, emotional intelligence, and classroom effectiveness. This study examined the relationship between novice teachers participants in informal learning through social media, their classroom management skills, and their emotional management abilities. So the research findings for this article is, the first one is high engagement in informal learning through social media. So the teachers effectively use social media as a learning resource. Two main users of social media is information library and also collaborative learning. And then the second one is high classroom management skills. So the teachers demonstrated strong classroom management skills. Two key aspects here, which is behavior management and also relationship management. And lastly, high emotional management skills. So teachers showed strong emotional intelligence. So the key aspect here is interpersonal skills and problem solving skills. So next one, the third article that I selected is about the relationship between motivation, emotional intelligence, and efficacy with job satisfaction among primary school teachers. So the objective of the study is to examine the relationship between motivation, emotional intelligence, and efficacy with job satisfaction among primary school teachers in Ranau, Sabah. It aims to determine the level of these attributes, differences based on age and teaching experience, and the relationship among them. So the research method that used in this article is quantitative, descriptive, and correlational. And the sampling is from primary school teachers, and it took 297. So the research findings is, the first one is level of motivation, emotional intelligence, self-efficacy, and job satisfaction. Teacher exhibit high level of motivation, moderate emotional intelligence, high self-efficacy, and high job satisfaction. The second one is relationship among variables. So strong positive correlation between motivation and job satisfaction, and then emotional intelligence and job satisfaction, and self-efficacy and job satisfaction. So the second last of article review that I have selected is the role of teachers in increasing student learning motivation. So the objective of the study is, the article discusses the role of teachers in enhancing student learning motivation. It highlights the motivation is a crucial factor in academic success, influencing student enthusiasm and engagement in learning. Teachers play a central role in fostering motivation through various strategies, such as creating conducive learning environment, using diverse teaching methods, and providing positive reinforcement. So the research method that they use in this article is qualitative research, and the participant is from the teachers and student in the school setting. And also the data collection is interviews, observation, document analysis. And that data analysis is transcription and thematic analysis, and also coding. So the research findings for this article is the teacher's role is multidimensional. So the teachers serve as motivators, facilitators, managers, and evaluators in the learning process. Second one is active student engagement. So encouraging student participation in classroom discussion and activities enhances motivation. Third one is conducive learning environment. So a supportive and structured classroom environment positively impact the student motivation. Fourth, varieties teaching methods. So using different instructional strategies also will help the student motivation in the class. And then the fifth one is recognition and reward, where positive reinforcement through praise, rewards, and encouragement. And the last one is teacher enthusiasm. Which means the teacher who demonstrate passion and energy in teaching positively influence the student motivation. So the last article review is about teacher psychological characteristics. Do they matter for teachers' effectiveness, teachers' well-being, retention, and interpersonal relations? Objective of the study. The study aims to summarize and evaluate the impact of teachers' psychological characteristics of effectiveness, well-being, retention, and interpersonal relationships. And then the second one is identify key psychological traits that contribute to successful teaching, and then to provide recommendation for teacher selection, training, and professional development based on the relative importance of this characteristic. And then last one is bridge gaps in existing literature by integrating findings from multiple studies to create a holistic understanding of the role of psychological traits in teaching. The research findings for this article is the first one is teacher effectiveness. So a teacher with strong emotional intelligence foster better student relationship and classroom management. And then the second one is physiological characteristics significantly impact student achievement, motivation, and engagement. And lastly, self-efficacy and enthusiasm are linked to high instructional quality. So the second one is teacher well-being. So high self-efficacy and mindfulness reduce burnout and stress. And then positive casual attribution, believing effort leads to success, increase the job satisfaction. The third one is teacher retention. So teacher retention means that job satisfaction and self-efficacy predict long-term retention. And then burnout and stress lead to higher attrition rates. And then lastly is interpersonal relations. So interpersonal relation means that teachers with the high emotional intelligence and enthusiasm build a better relationship with a student, parents, and colleagues. So now let's move on to methodology. So in this case study, I utilized a qualitative method where interview sessions were conducted with two teachers who have different teaching backgrounds. One of them teaches at secondary school and the other teaches at primary school. This allowed me to gain two different perspectives on my research topic. So as you can see here is my sampling. So for the data collection procedure, the interviews were conducted online using Google Meet platform and were held on different days for each teacher. The interview questions were provided in advance to ensure that each teacher had time to formulate their own ideas and responses. As you can see, these are the interview questions. Between the two teachers in several key aspects. So the first one is classroom management. So both teachers agree that effective classroom management is essential before, during, and after class to ensure a smooth learning process. And then the second one is seating arrangement, where both emphasize the importance of seating arrangement is in fostering student collaboration and teamwork in the classroom. And then the third one is discipline strategies. So discipline strategies, each teacher implements their own discipline strategies to maintain, control, and manage student behavior effectively. And then the fourth is observing student motivation. So both teachers actively observe student motivation in the class using different methods to assess engagement and interest. And fifth is teacher motivation's influence. So both teachers agree that teacher motivation directly impact the students, influencing their enthusiasm in learning process. In conclusion, this case study highlights the critical role of classroom management, teacher confidence, and also engaging learning strategies in fostering student motivation. So lastly, these are the recommendations for this case study. So the first one is enhance classroom management skills, which to develop the proactive discipline strategies and establish clear classroom rules to maintain the student focus and engagement. And then the second one is build the teacher confidence and enthusiasm by regular professional development and self-reflection can help boost teacher confidence and ultimate influencing student motivation. And then the third one is adopt interactive and play-based learning strategies. Use engaging methods such as role-playing, hot seat for example, and gallery walks to make a learning more enjoyable. And then last one is incorporate technology and multimedia. Use digital tools such as video or music to capture the student attention and enhance learning experience. So that's all from me. Assalamualaikum.